Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. I'm at the 2015 Farm Progress Show in Decatur, Illinois, and with my friend Rick Vaca with Ritchie Brothers Auctioneers. And Rick, we had a little fun on AgriTalk this morning. Always fun to talk about trends in the machinery market.
Yeah, it was great. It's great to be up there with you guys and talk the trends.
Kind of natural for the media stuff. You did a great job on the radio, Rick.
Well, probably better a radio voice than a visual voice, that's for sure.
Well, what's cool is you guys have a great story to tell with Ritchie Brothers. How many sites you guys have in North America now?
We have 40 sites around the world. There's 25 in North America.
Okay.
That'd be Canada and the U.S.
Okay. And boy, what I've been seeing here, particularly since June, late model stuff, in some cases it seems like we're getting a little floor. And I know you guys have had some really strong sales with late model stuff. Why don't you talk about what you've been seeing, Rick?
Yeah, I think you're right, Greg. I think there's been some floors to some certain topics. I think combines are steady. I think some of the bigger tractors are kind of holding steady. You're not seeing the decline that we had seen earlier in the year or even late last year. And so you're going to continue to see that for the rest of the year in my mind. It's going to continue to stay there, but it's steady's the answer.
Right. Now you guys had a humongous sale. You have two big sales a year in at the St. Louis facility?
Yeah, the St. Louis facility does June and December are our two largest sales there. December 16th is our upcoming sale there. Okay. We're also going to have sales around in our Kansas City location, our Minnesota location, Chicago. You should find ag equipment there at all those.
Right, you bet. And I noticed some particularly strong prices from the St. Louis sale back in late June. Why don't you talk about how the sale went, Rick?
The sale overall was pretty good. Again, we saw some highs and lows, but there's definitely some highlight spots that we saw. I mean, it was combines again were steady, and then some tractors sold really well.
Now, one story that you shared I found very interesting about that particular sale, Rick. You said a farmer from Ontario called you up 10 days before the sale.
Yep, called us up 10 days before the sale, wanted to sell a Case IH 9230 combine on tracks, and it had 170 some hours on it.
Brand new.
Almost brand new.
10 days out.
Machine.
The advertising has been done.
Yes.
What did you tell them?
We were scared what to tell them. We reach so many buyers, but in the same aspect, you got to give us an opportunity to reach those buyers for marketing. So when we did that, we were a little bit nervous. We told the guy, hey, it could sell for $250,000, $280,000, and that's a high dollar combine. And we were really pleased. It ended up selling for $330,000 that day.
Right. I saw the price, and I had no idea it was only brought in 10 days before, and also from a farmer in Ontario. Bringing a machine down to St. Louis. I found that interesting.
And, with the dollar exchange, he felt that was his best option in the States to sell a piece of equipment. And we have to watch the dollar exchange in our business because we do sell throughout the world, and we do sell around the world, and our consigners know that too. So right now is a good time for some of the Canadians to bring down their equipment.
And are you seeing vice versa, U.S. buyers coming up to your Canadian sales?
Yeah, back in the day when the dollar was about even, it was a lot easier to see that, or it was actually a lot easier to see Canadian come down. But now it's better to go run up and hit that.
Right. Now, Rick, you got to show people. You guys here at your booth here at the Farm Progress Show, you have one particular little bit of truth that I find just fascinating in terms of your number of buyers.
You can get in there. This is just equipment sold through July 1st. And it really shows how our buyers, from January to July 1st, we're publicly traded, so we share numbers. 65 million of ag equipment was sold in the U.S., and these are the buyers of where it went. So it also shows 27 million was bought online, but it also shows, we sent over $2 million down to Mexico in that particular time frame. And so it does travel, and these are just items sold in the U.S. going out of the States.
Since when?
January to July of this year.
And so,
end of June.
The message here is the incredible audience you guys have built of buyers worldwide. So when you put a sale, that 9230 comes up for sale 10 days out, and people just know about it because you built an audience.
Yeah, right. So there's a lot of followers that are watching us in many different avenues that they're just following our options.
Right. And what are a couple of your next sales coming up, Rick, for Ritchie Brothers?
So watch the Midwest sales in December, December 16th, St. Louis particularly, and we have sales around the Midwest all throughout December, selling some good late model ag equipment.
And again, the website to go to for people?
rbauction.com, and we also have equipment1.com, which has also got some ag equipment on right now as well.
Awesome. Well, check it out, folks. rbauction.com, a great site. And Rick, always great to see you and fun on the radio this morning. And I'm going to try to make your St. Louis sale December 16th.
Look forward to seeing you. Thanks for coming to our booth.
Thanks, Rick.